York City in the Bronx, raised in the Bronx, South Bronx, that is, Patterson Projects. Be a Bronx boy till the day I die. Me and my wife came to Virginia in '79. We settled in Ocean View, later moved to Portsmouth. I went to work as an apprentice in a shipyard. All the time I was there, I was dreaming of opening up a record shop. And the dream all started when I was a little kid in New York. I used to see these old record shops with the records hanging on the walls with all these high prices on it. I was like, man, one day I'm going to get that. So the dream kind of died for a while. I kind of forgot about it with all these big chains, you know, springing up everywhere, you know. But as time went by, I kept buying the records. I was buying records every weekend at flea markets and just collecting records. And one day I went in this flea market, and this guy who was running his little record shop, he was telling me, man, I gotta go. The Army's relocating me, and I don't know what to do with all my records. I said, well, you know, give me a price, you know. So he quoted a few days later, he gave me a fair price. He said $2 grand. I said, okay. So I went to Navy Yard Credit Union, got me $2 grand, came back and bought him out. I've been in business since. That's about 21 years ago. And just my dream came, and just all of a sudden it just happened. And I've been selling records, buying and selling records since. Something that's really special to me in this store. I said, well, everything is dear, but everything started with the records. Everything started with the vinyl. So a lot of people would come into my shop through the years and ask me, well, what do you listen to? What do you listen to? I said, well, when I put up this new wall, I decided to put records that I listen to all the time. Records that I never get tired of, some of my favorites. And here you see them. The Jive 5, the Shy Like's Lonely Man album, Isaac Hayes' Hot Buttered Soda, Teenagers. I grew up imitating Frankie Lyman. I would stand in front of the wall and just do poses, you know, and imitate him, you know. And he was one of my idols, right? Marvin Gaye, to me, the greatest record of all time. That's my vote for the #1 record of all time. One man's opinion. Marvin Gaye, What's Going On. Favorite Gladys Knight and the Pips record, Silk and Soul. A lot of people don't know about it because they're not doing their own songs. They're doing other standards. Fabulous record. Play it all the time. My favorite Ramsey Lewis. I'm not a big Ramsey fan, but this album here, Mother Nature's Son, is the joint. Okay? Street Corner Symphony. I used to sing doo-wop in the street. I used to be lead, tenor. Very special. Street Corner Symphony, the Persuasions. No instruments, just a cappella, just voices. Nina Simone is my baby. I love Nina. Nina is probably one of my favorite all-time artists, female artists. I love that woman so much. I probably have 60 records of her at home. Okay? In fact, the only woman I never met in person that I fell in love with, Nina Simone. Okay? Getting to reggae a little bit. My all-time favorite, to me, the greatest reggae roots album of all time, Dennis Brown, The Prophet Rides Again. Not available on CD today, but it's one of the great, like I said, my vote for the #1 reggae roots album of all time. You know, you come on down to the other wall. Again, you got some of my favorites, and then some I just put up for show. Of course, Curtis Mayfield. I love Curtis Mayfield. Curtis Mayfield was the man. Okay, Superfly. Then Linda Jones, another one of my favorite all-time female artists. Linda is probably the only singer that can move me to tears. She has so much feeling. But that's my baby Linda Jones, For Your Precious Love. D-Train threw that up just for New York, because I'm from the city, showing a picture of the subway train. Of course, Marvin Gaye. And I don't care what anybody say about Marvin. Nobody can talk negative about Marvin to me. I don't want to hear it. Okay, he was great. Okay, Cowboys and Girls, The Intruders. My favorite B.B. King album, Indianola, Mississippi Roots, Seeds. I mean, he says, ain't nobody love me but my mama, and she may be jiving too. That's what B.B. said. Of course, Sir Nose, James was the man, Godfather of Soul. And Isaac, Isaac Hayes, talking that love, rapping that love right down. By the time I get to Phoenix, then you got my Hustling album covers. You got Hustlers Convention, Harlem Underground, Black Caesar. Albums like this, I'm so into it that I actually frame covers like this. Pimp Hustling covers, I framed them. At home I got them in frame. and they look really good. All you DJs, I know you're using a Serato, but there's a lot of stuff in here you ain't gonna be able to download. You know, 12-inch classics. I mean, with the long version, the instrumental. Like I said, for DJs, this is a DJs and producers paradise. Also, not only do we have all the old school, but we keep all the latest street documentaries, videos. We keep the Sub-Zero. We get it before anybody else in the VA. We keep the documentaries like Rayful Edmonds, the Outpost story, Cocaine Cowboys 2, Mr. Untouchable, the Nicky Barnes story, Larry Hoover, Larry Davis. If it's a documentary out there on the street, we have it. Okay? BMF, all the BMF. We've got videos of Nas and the Wu-Tang. If it's street related, we probably have it. Check with us. We got the Feds magazine, the As Is magazine, Sweets. We got Straight Stuntin', Don Diva. Anything that's out there in the street right now that's hot, you're going to find it at the Broadway. So you know also there's not just records in here. We have books. I mean, look, we got all Donald Goines books. If he wrote 14 books, we got 14. All the Iceberg Slim, Trick Baby, Pimp, Story of My Life. We got it. We got the new artists like Kiki Swenson. We got Deja King, just the new artists, Cherry Woods. So it's not just a record store. We do have other things. In fact, this is like an adult candy store. We got old school movies you ain't gonna find nowhere. Like I said, the old school movies, Melinda, The Spooker Sat by the Door, Imitation of Life, and on and on and on. We got it. And if you can't find it at your stores, come here. We got it. If you don't see it, we'll try to get it for you. Here at Broadway Records in Portsmouth, old school never dies. But believe me, with what I have in here, Broadway Records gonna be here because we keeping old school alive, and that's what it's about.